Morning campers, coffee time. Well, rooibos, not rooibos. I'm always mispronouncing it. Rooibos time. I do still drink coffee. It's just rooibos is taking over, which is a good thing. It's an antioxidant. It's very nice. Thank you, South Africa, for this lovely tea. Anyway, I just watched a really funny video of the Kentucky Derby, and there were the two horses neck and neck, and coming in on the final hurdle, and it was two horses called Journalism and Sovereignty, and Sovereignty won. And the woman who posted it, I think I retweeted it, she said, we live in a simulation. And we do. I've been telling my kids since they were little, this is a hologram. And they're like, oh, you just ruined everything, Dada. And as they get older, they go, oh yeah, I think it is a hologram. And it is. Which makes it even more amazing, doesn't it? I mean, if I'm looking at this tree in front of me, I'm like, that's a hologram. Wow. Wow. Anyway, Pope. The Pope. I talk a lot about the Pope. The Pope. Trump dressed as the Pope. It was, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. That was hilarious, doing that. Greatest Pope of all time. Why is he doing that? Why is he, when he's trolling, obviously, but who's he trolling and why? Well, a long time ago, I learnt something really simple, and I think most people know this now, that Washington, D.C., the Vatican, and the City of London, although they're in America and Italy and England, they're actually three separate countries, and they're the three legs of the stool. So in America, you've got the military, Vatican, spiritual, London, finances. And then, I was thinking about, if you think about the crown of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, countries like Canada, New Zealand, Australia, all with the Queen's head on their money all this time. And in America, you've got the Great Pyramid with order through chaos and the all-seeing eye on the dollar bill. I mean, a lot of this stuff is fairly simple. It's a lot, actually, it's deeper than a lot of us realise, but it's quite simple once you understand a few things. So we've been, we just had a complete fake presidency for 4 years with the multiple actors playing Joe Biden. And Washington, D.C. was fenced off, and there were videos all the way through that period of coffins being taken out and stuff like that, and there's stories of deep underground stuff underneath the White House and all that, which I happen to think is true. Same underneath Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace during 2020 had the crest taken off the front door, and it was closed for decorating. And then we've just seen the Pope go at 88 years old, Klaus Schwab, 88. These numbers are important. And you'll see various different theories about it online. People go, no, Trump's the Antichrist, and this, that, and the other. And 88 means Heil Hitler and stuff like that. But don't get bogged down in any of it, really. It's all there for you. Just keep remembering all of this is there for you from a spiritual point of view, because it's just like that horse, sovereignty beating journalism. All of this is about standing in your power. In fact, I'm about to post an interview I've done with my friend Peter Wilson, who's my go-to sovereignty expert, who's talking about how he and lots of people have successfully been using GDPR against debt collectors. GDPR is the European standard for data protection that was introduced about 2016, I think, 2017. And I think, as Peter thinks, that it was introduced to protect them, the institutions, because they don't want us to find stuff out, so they have to protect their data. But actually, we can use it against them, because when a debt collector contacts you for a debt, And the interview I did with Richard Vobes the other day, he talked about this happening to him for a debt he didn't even know he had, because he'd driven through Bath and triggered a load of bullshit 15-minute city camera nonsense, and they came to his house and demanded money. You know, it's all bollocks. And when a debt collector comes to you, they have absolutely no right in law to ask you for anything, because you've got no contract with them, you've got no signature, no wet signature, and they haven't bought a debt. Because if they bought a debt, they'd have a deed of assignment, they'd have a deed, because a debt is a thing, like a physical thing, like a property or something like that. And if you ask them to see the deed, they can't show it to you, because they haven't purchased a debt. What they've purchased is data. And then by contacting you, they're breaking GDPR. So that's going to be an interesting interview. If you want to go on my channels, I'll post it. Substack, Rumble, probably YouTube, probably on X, definitely on theMarkAttwoodShow.com. Different places I put my stuff to try and avoid being taken down all the time. But that's a powerful interview, and it's part of linking this to Trump being dressed up as the Pope. What he's really telling us is that the Vatican is down and gone. I think it's been gone a long time, actually. I think the story of 650 plane loads of gold being taken out of the Vatican from the tunnels and taken to America, I think that's all true. And, you know, the Trump, don't forget, is a figurehead for a huge alliance of countries and military and intergalactic help. That's what's really going on. But the people have to see the stuff really happening. That's why the politics of the world is just crazier and crazier and crazier. But it's working, it's waking people up. Even controversially, the chemtrails and the blocking out the sun. I mean, how are they supposed to block out the sun just over the UK? That's how you know you're in a movie. But what's the effect of it? The effect of telling people that the government's trying to block out the sun is that they go, what? And then they start seeing the chemtrails for what they really are, which have been going on for decades and decades. So, you know, a lot of us have been going on about chemtrails for such a long time, it's boring. But anyway, whatever you're doing today, have a fabulous day, and remember, God wins, and God bless you.